So for quotient rule, we'll look at this example of y equals to x plus 1 over x minus 1. So clearly the function is in fraction form. So for this kind of situation, we normally use quotient rule. So what does quotient rule say? Quotient rule says that if you have a function y equals to u over v in the fraction form, where the numerator is a u, denominator is a v, then basically dy dx equals to v du over dx minus u dv over dx over v squared. Now this reads as a mouthful, looks complicated. So how do we remember what to do? Alright, so for me personally, I remember to square the denominator v first, and then here in my dy dx, I have the v square. Next, I also will see in this way, if I have already squared the denominator v, then in the numerator, I keep the v first. Then differentiate the numerator, so I get du over dx. Then next, remember, it's a minus, not a plus. U, now we keep the u because we already differentiated the u in the first term. So now we keep the u, which is a numerator, then differentiate the denominator v. So still it can sound a bit complicated, so therefore now we use example 9 to help us see the procedurally what we do. First, x plus 1 in my numerator is a u, x minus 1 in the denominator is my v, right? I will square the denominator first. So remember I said once I've done something to the denominator, I'm going to keep it. So I keep the x minus 1, and then I need to differentiate the numerator, which is x plus 1. So if I differentiate x plus 1, I'm going to just get a 1. All right, and remember it is a minus in between. Next, I've already differentiated the numerator, so now I'm going to keep it, which is x plus 1. Then I'm going to differentiate the other one, which is the denominator. All right, and differentiating x minus 1 is going to give me a 1 as well. So now I have formed the dy dx using quotient rule. So next thing is, of course, I want to simplify the numerator. All right, so I have x minus 1 square in the denominator, and then I have x minus 1 minus x, and then I have this minus and a plus here. It's going to give me a minus, right? So x minus x, that'll be gone, and then we also have negative 1 minus 1, which is negative 2. So my final answer will be negative 2 over x minus 1 whole thing squared. All right, so that is how we differentiate a function in the form of a fraction using quotient rule. So just remember, square the denominator, then in the numerator of the dy dx, keep the denominator v, then differentiate the numerator, minus, swap it around, going to keep the numerator and differentiate the denominator. So make it a certain kind of workflow that you can remember, and then it will help you to remember what to do in exam for quotient rule and avoid mistakes.